everyone, it's Bee here at Little Miss Bee Crafts, and it's Watercolour Wednesday. Today I'm going to be making a card, and I'm going to be using my watercolours. It's a card for a friend of mine whose dad has passed away, and so I thought I'd make her a nice card. And I think watercolours are a nice kind of medium to work with, because you get that kind of soft look. So I'm going to be only use my watercolours as a background, really. So I've got a 6x4 watercolour piece of watercolour card, then I've got a 6 1/4 by 4 1/4 black matte, and then a cream card. I wanted a nice I didn't want a stark white card, I wanted a cream card because this is a bit creamy, this one. I've also got this sentiment, which is a Sizzix Thinlits die one, and it says thinking of you. I don't know if you can see that. So I've cut that 4 times and stacked it, so it's quite, because with it being a thin die, I thought I would cut it 4 times and stack them onto one another. So yeah, so it says thinking of you, which I am. So I have got my Gansai, my Kuretake Gansai Tambay watercolours here, okay, and they are very, very highly pigmented. As you can see, I've used quite a few of them, but they are really, really pigmented. So I'm going to be making sure that I've got a lot of water, and I'm going to be using this colour here, this lovely kind of olive green colour. I was going to do blue, but I just wanted to, because I'm going to put a bit of gold on here as well, so I thought this nice. So I've also got a a waterproof pigment ink pen. It's Unipin fine line, because I'm going to be doodling on this after. And I've also got a pencil. What I've done is I have divided my piece of paper, my watercolour paper. You know, I don't know if you can see that or not. There, you can just see it. So I've divided it into 3 because I want 3 colour blocks, and then I've left about 1 inch here so I can put the sentiment on the bottom like this. So I've just divided it very, very faintly with a pencil so that I can then you know, rub them out later. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and I've got my water ready, okay, so we're all ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 3 rectangles of this colour, but I'm going to fade. So I'm going to start off with quite a deep, you know, not that much water in it, and then I'm going to go and put more water so it's more translucent, and then finally even more water. Okay, so like I say, these are very, very highly pigmented, and what I might do is get my, it does have this in it, which you can use for mixing, but I've got my plastic board here, so I'm going to use this to add more water to it, because they are, like I keep saying, really got a lot of pigment in, so you need to add a lot of water to get a nice, like I've heard people say that, you know, you can always add more to watercolours, but you can obviously take away, well, you can with your tissues, but you know. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to try and fill in this. I'm just filling in this very roughly. It, you know, I don't want it to be really perfect. I just want a nice rectangle. Like I say, you can always add to this as well later, if you know you wanted more colour in this rectangle. Get that as even as I can. Like I say, it doesn't really matter whether you've got too much water, you know. I'm just roughly trying to get the colours. Okay, and then add a little bit more water again. Hope you can see this, everybody. I just don't need to add a little bit more to this one because it is very, very faint. I'll just add a little bit more to that one. Obviously when it dries, it does kind of, you will see it maybe a bit more. So what I might do is just add a little bit more to that one, this one, and then add a little bit more to the one next to it, so that it's that was a bit too, not enough colour in that one really. Water on my brush so it's okay. And then obviously more to this one. A bit more water and a bit more colour. The paper I'm using, I think it's a Winsor & Newton. Yeah. Just trying to. There we go. And obviously a little bit more to this one. Okay. And you know, I do want that kind of look of watercolour really. I don't want it to be, like I said, perfect. It is that kind of, you know, we have used a watercolour kind of background. Okay, so that's, so as you can see, they're kind of going down a little bit in opacity, translucency, going down, going up in opacity. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stop and then I'm going to dry this off because you want it completely dry for the next step. Okay, so this is completely dry now, and as you can see, it's just, you know, just by adding water to a colour you get different shades. You don't have to add white. You can add white, but that will keep the opacity of it. You're getting a nice translucent colour. So if you were shading kind of things when you're doing your watercolours, if you just, you know, put more of the pigment on and then just add water, you get a kind of a, you know, the shading there. You don't have to add anything else, you just need that one colour. Okay, and as you can see, it has kind of bowed a bit, but that'll be fine once it gets stuck on the card. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to do some doodles on these blocks. Really simple doodles. So, you know, I'm using my pencil first so that if I make, you know, if I'm not happy with it, I can kind of, you know, get rid of it. I can rub them out, and then I'm going to go over with the pen. Okay, so just really simple doodles. Already I've gone up too far now, I think. So this one I'm just going to do 2 stalks, and then all I'm going to do is do a big circle, a circle that's a little bit bigger, a little smaller, sorry, and then another one, and then on this one again, let's do that a little bit. Okay, really simple doodles. I don't want to do anything that is, I'm just keeping this a nice simple, with it being a sympathy card. I just wanted to do a nice simple design, just using lots of circles. Okay, and then the last one. Again, trying to keep them so that they're kind of relatively again, circles, decreasing circles, and then okay, so as you can see, kept it really simple. And what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to go over it in the black yet. I'm going to use, on the Gansai Tambe Koitaki ones, you have got a lovely, some really nice pearlized, and you've got golds and bronzes here. And I'm just going to, again, wet it. Okay, make sure that my brush is clean from that, from the green. And then all I'm doing, I want to get a lot of pigment, but I don't want a lot of water on my brush. You want to wet, make sure you're getting the pigment, because these golds in these Gansai Tambe are just beautiful. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure that, and all I'm gonna do is just dot it. I hope you can see. So I'm just dotting. Like I say, I can go over again with, I can go around them again with that black, and if you can, you know, try and get them so it is, they do kind of bubble a bit on the top, if you know what I mean, kind of the water. I just need to do a little bit more pigment. Can you see how it's kind of bubbling? Because then that'll soak into, the colour will soak into the card. Just get a little bit more of the pigment on again. So I want a really nice gold with a bit, maybe a bit too big. Try and maybe dot it more than paint it. Make sure you've got enough, because these are quite bigger ones, these. Like I say, you can then go over it. Can you see how they've kind of soaked into the paper? And we will go around those in a little bit with the pen. So it's a really simple card. Nothing, you know, you don't need really much skill to do this. It's very simple, but I think they will look, I just think they look so effective, you know, when it's dried and everything. So ideally I would like to leave that to dry for the water to soak in, because I think if I put the heat on it, it is going to go, you know, it's going, because the concentration of water on there. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I'm going to rub these lines out now to get rid of these lines that are on here. Okay, and then I'm going to stick this on here and stick the card together, and I will come back and show you the finished result. So a really quick, simple, easy card to make. So here we go, this is the card all done. I hope you can see there the gold on that, on the flowers. It's beautiful when it catches the light. And I know it's just it's a quick, simple card, doesn't take long to do, you know, but I think it's a nice, simple, easy card, and I think this is lovely as well. I think that really, you can see the depth, you know, it raises it up as well. So yeah, so I think it's you know, and I think that's what you need for a sympathy card as well, isn't it? Nothing too fancy, just something that says thinking of you. And yeah, so I hope you give it a go. Like I say, it was very simple, you know, just use your watercolours, that one colour, and just keep adding water so you get that nice translucent and, you know, different kind of colours, but you're only using one your colours. So yeah, so thank you for watching today, and I shall see you soon. And if you liked this or you would like a comment, then please comment or like, and yeah, and just keep watching, please. Okay, so I'll speak to you soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.